Need more caregivers? Of course you do. But in order to do that, we gotta know where they're coming from. So I'm so excited. I got the Home Care Pulse benchmarking report right here, the newest one. And there's some incredible stats in here specifically around recruiting, and that's what we're gonna dive into in today's episode. But the most important thing is that when you understand the data and understand the numbers, then you know what actions you can take. And that's what we're gonna discuss today. Not only the data, but the action to do with understanding that data. So let's dive in to part 2, talking about recruiting and the stats that you need to know. So as you can see, all right, this is the top 10 caregiver recruitment sources, and this is on page 48, specifically focused around the masters. So there's different levels in the Home Care Pulse report. These are the top industry. These are the people that are doing above 5 million. And so that's who we want to focus on, right? Those are the businesses that are doing the best. So how can we do what those businesses that we want to do are accomplishing? So these are coming as some of the top stats, and we're going to go through each of these individually. Now, the thing you need to know is that these stats are actually incomplete because recruitment is only one part of the puzzle. Retention is the other part. So make sure that after you watch this video that you stick around for part 3, where I go over retention and the stats that you need to know, because that's going to really bring us full circle. So the first one is Indeed. I mean, 37.1%. It's clearly the highest one, really dominating the market right now and from a recruitment standpoint. But the thing is, when it comes to improving what you're doing on Indeed, we gotta improve the copy. Your copy matters. It is so important in what you're saying. And if you're using your job description, then you're gonna get 0 results. It's like trying to sell bread with the ingredients. That's not the results that we're getting. People know, if you got caregiver in the title, they know what their job description are. They know what the job responsibilities are. So we need to be very clear, very strategic about the language that we're using, how we're attracting the right people so that when people are finding us, we can get them, because you're, again, competing with other people on Indeed. 37.1% other home care business owners, other businesses out there are using Indeed to attract caregivers. So we gotta be different. Right? We got to do something that other people aren't doing so that we can stand out, really communicate, understand the problems, and understand that you are the solution for the problems that our caregivers are facing. But that all comes with the language that we use, the messaging, and I'm not going to dive into that too much today, but understanding that when you focus on the messaging and really think about what your copy is, and don't just do the same thing over and over again, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If you're still posting job descriptions, you need to think, these are called job ads. We need to be really smart in understanding that every word, every sentence is very smart, very strategic, so that we can start getting better results online and get more and better applicants using Indeed. The other one is current employees, right? 12.9% is coming from current employees. This is a huge one, right? So what does your referral program look like? Understanding that you are incentivizing them in a way that's going to continuously get them to refer business, right? This is so important. And one of the things that's so amazing about this, right, is that when you do this properly and you do it in a way that incentivizes long-term recruitment strategies, you're gonna get such better caregivers from your existing caregivers, because they are gonna, if you incentivize them from a long-term standpoint in the sense of, hey, they're gonna stick around, and you're rewarding them for the longer that a caregiver that they recruited sticks around, you're gonna naturally get better results, because they're not just trying to get that quick bonus fee right out of the gate. Because then they're just, oh, like, just apply, work 9 days, and then I get paid, and that's great, right? No, we want to encourage long-term recruitment, long-term retention, so that we can get greater results in what our current employees are doing. The other thing too, are we making it easy for our caregivers to refer us? Are you giving them resources, tools, business cards, flyers, right? Social media posts? How are we making it easy for them to refer us and refer caregivers to our business? And if they really love you and they really enjoy working with you, then that becomes an easy aspect, an easy ask to them to want to do more, because you can help them earn more money. Which brings me to the next point, right? The secret formula, one email. Email your care team and say, do you want to make more money without working more hours. Simple as that. This is how. Incentivize them, encourage them. Hey, they can make additional income by becoming recruiters for you. But if you give them the tools and help them to make it easier, you're gonna see better results from these existing caregivers. You're gonna see better results because now you're helping them to do it, right? So understand that, stay top of mind, make sure that we're consistently reminding them of these benefits, of these options, so that they continue to do it. Because again, 12.9%, these are good stats and understanding, and this is really important that I'm gonna talk about next week too, and why your current employees' recruitment is extra essential. Next one here is MYCNAJobs, 8.6, right? Again, same thing with Indeed, your copy matters, your messaging matters, all of that, and so that we can stand out and be different. The next one, word of mouth, 7.8%, right? It is essential. Word of mouth has stood the test of time. This strategy, this technique, whatever you want to call it, word of mouth will always be one of your best marketing strategies in everything that you do, right? And so from a recruitment standpoint, in this case, right, word of mouth is huge, but where does word of mouth come from? It comes from happy caregivers. So if you're not taking care of your caregivers, then they're not happy. Not to mention, we want to make sure that we're getting testimonials from our caregivers that we can use in our ad copy and what we're doing, as well as use that in our recruiting efforts, right? So if we're getting testimonials from our caregivers, we can then utilize that and leverage that in that marketing effort so that we can recruit more. And when it comes to word of mouth, like social media is word of mouth. So what we're doing online, how we're showcasing this, how we're staying top of mind, that comes with this word of mouth. But if you're doing an amazing job, you won't have to push it too hard because they want to go on rooftops and scream how amazing you are. And if you're not doing that amazing, then what can you do to be better, right? These are the questions that we need to ask. If your caregivers are not happy with you, then we need to work on ways that you can be better so that they are happy and they want to tell everyone about how much they love working for you. The next one is social media 5.2. But like I said before, we talked about this. Word of mouth basically is social media. It's just a way to expand social media. And so I like to tie these two together because it's essential that we understand these different pieces. The social media and the internet aspect is just collaboration together to get better results. And so are your current existing caregivers posting on social media, talking about how much they enjoy working with you, right? These types of aspects can really drive results. But not to mention too, this is understanding that certain social media sites like Facebook can often perform well when you understand who your target audience is, because somebody may not be going to Indeed and looking for another job, but you have the opportunity to take people from other facilities, assisted living, hospitals, to get caregivers to come work with you because of what you're offering. And home care is great. They only get one patient, right? So that may be some of the messaging that you utilize in your marketing and understanding that, hey, are you tired of working with tons of patients? How'd you like to just work with one? That comes back to the messaging, how we're leveraging, how we're utilizing it, but keeping in mind too, in social media, we have that opportunity to get in front of people that aren't necessarily seeking for jobs. So that's why it's so critical that we have a consistent process and strategies that we're leveraging social media to recruit more caregivers. And lastly is internet, your website. This is by far the most underutilized aspect of recruiting that I see so often that businesses are not utilizing. If your page is simply a form on your website and it says, hey, join our team, and that's it, or very little copy, that's not doing a good job. We have to sell to our caregivers. That is essential. And so your landing page or application page, career page, whatever you want to call it, is really a sales page. And what we're putting on that page is essential. How are we stacking? Do we have testimonials? Do we talk about all of the benefits? Do we talk about the resource? Do we talk about ways to grow within your organization, right? We want this to be flooded with tons of great, amazing content that is going to convert our potential caregivers to hitting that apply button. Not to mention, when you have amazing stuff on your landing page, not only are you're going to increase your conversions, number of people that apply, but people are going to be more excited because you've created this amazing sales sales page that entices, it gets them excited about working with you. They're like, cause man, wow, no one else is doing all of this stuff. And a lot of times we have these retention techniques, but we're not using the retention techniques in our recruiting. If we're talking about different things that we do from a retention standpoint, we wanna put that up front, right on our application page so that they can see it. Don't wait, we need to put everything that we're doing for them right up front so that we can use that in our marketing to attract more people. Make sense? Really think about how you can upgrade your page to add more value, where you're sharing your story, right? All these different aspects that make it into a great sales page so that you can start driving better results. And again, as a reminder, next week we're gonna be diving into part 3, which is focused on retention, which is super important, right? Because these recruitment stats that I just went over are incomplete without the retention stats. So stay tuned for next week. If you like this video and you want to learn more about how you can attract clients, referral sources, and caregivers, you gotta attend my upcoming workshop. All you gotta do is go to thedigitalchamps.com/workshop to learn more.